What's up, it's cinemashogun here, and guys, listen, I don't like talking about stuff like this. I hate making these type of videos. I don't like talking about personal things, personal problems, but this is a problem that affects, all of us here in this community, and I just gotta say that I'm getting tired. I'm growing tired of always having to fight to get my voice out there. I am tired of all of the unneeded pushback that I constantly get. And I'm not talking about from people watching my videos. I'm talking about from the people running these platforms. I am up against impossible odds. Every day when I get on YouTube, I'm reminded about how much my voice, about how much my videos are constantly suppressed. And I wake up every day, I do my thing, and I don't say anything about it, even though a lot of you all notice what's going on here. YouTube has been playing games with me for years now. Deleting people from my channel, deleting comments. They don't put my videos in the algorithm. They don't even show my own subscribers when I upload. But if that's not bad enough, yesterday I woke up to this little notification over on X or Twitter. A notification that says, hey, we've added a temporary label to your account which may impact its reach. Now, on this channel, we talk a lot about the freedom of speech. I'm a big supporter of the freedom of speech, right? But there's this new thing. There's this new saying that goes, hey, you have the freedom of speech, but not the freedom of reach. The freedom of speech does not necessarily mean the freedom of reach. Now, what's the freedom of reach, you ask? Well, these days, we express ourselves in different ways. We're no longer writing letters and meeting up at the town square to have conversations about our society. No. These days, social media is the town square. Social media is where we express our freedom of speech. Now, the people running these big tech accounts, these social media accounts, they've figured out a way to take the freedom of speech away from you without letting you know that they've taken it away from you. Because they will allow you to say what you want to say, but they will take away your reach. Therefore, you will just be screaming into a void, and no one will ever see your post. No one will ever see your videos. No one will come across this stuff because they will limit your reach, which is what is happening to me on every social media platform you can think of. I've been kicked off of Facebook. I've been shadow banned on Instagram. Like I said, YouTube is constantly playing games with me, and now at least X admitted, hey, we're going to shadow ban you. At least they admitted what they're doing. But why is all of this happening to me, you ask? Obviously, I don't have the biggest platform in the world. It's not necessarily because of the things I say, because there's bigger platforms out there with people saying the same thing I'm saying or even more. I think the reason why I'm so targeted is because I have the ability, and this scares the ish out of the powers that be, I have the ability to reach across to both sides of the aisle. A lot of these big social media influencers who you think are on your side, who preach the talking points of someone that is on your side, a lot of them are bought and paid for by big tech. A lot of them are allowed to exist, you see, for one, because they built their platforms before this new age of censorship that we've gone through over the last 4 years, but also because the reality is, even these people with millions of followers, the reality is they're preaching to an echo chamber. So yeah, they may be putting useful information out there. They may be putting information out there that the establishment and the powers that be don't want out there. But at the end of the day, they're providing this information to their echo chamber. They're providing this information to a bunch of people who already think like them, who are already on the same page. They're not changing anything. They're not swaying any votes. They're not swaying any minds. They're just reaffirming the same talking points that their echo chamber is already reciting anyway. So you see these big accounts and you think, oh, they're really challenging the establishment. No. I can tell you right now, as someone who's been at this for a couple of years now, I don't think that you're allowed to make it to a certain point unless you sign a deal or you work alongside these people or something. Honestly, with the amount of pushback that I constantly get on certain topics and on certain just things that I talk about, it's absolutely insane. And there's no way someone like me in today can reach the point that some of these people have made a couple of years ago because of the level of censorship that we're dealing with. But back to what I was saying. A lot of these big accounts that are allowed to exist and thrive, they're allowed to exist because they're preaching to an echo chamber. They're not changing anything. Someone like myself, I've always had the ability to reach to both sides of the aisle. I believe that I can make content and I have certain points and opinions that, how can I put it? I feel like that I have certain opinions and I have the ability to reach people from both political parties. I believe that I actually have the ability to sway minds. I believe that I actually have the ability to maybe offer information that changes people's opinion because I've gone out of my way to make sure that we don't just have an echo chamber here. There's people who subscribe to my channel from all over the world, people from various religious backgrounds, people from various races, and because of the topics and stuff that I cover on my channel, it's such a wide variety of topics from random entertainment news to aliens and you name it. I've started to gather this group of open-minded people that aren't necessarily a hardcore conservative and they're not necessarily a hardcore liberal. No. They're somewhere in the middle. They're reasonable. You can reason with them. And that's what they don't like. I fully believe that if I just went hardcore conservative or hardcore liberal, my channel and my social media presence would be way more successful, way more profitable. You would see more views and more followers coming in. But because I walk that line, because I don't want to alienate these people or alienate those people, and because I want to reason with people, I want to show people that, hey, maybe this isn't right. And it doesn't have to be political. Maybe this is something that's wrong, and maybe you can put your politics to the side and admit it's wrong. Because I'm someone that has that ability, and I'm not just hardcore, hey, you need to vote this way, you need to vote that way. It's because I don't promote that division, and because I'm not simply yelling into an echo chamber. I feel like that's why they constantly are screwing with me. And this is happening 24/7. And I only complain about it every now and then. And the only reason I'm making a video now is because yesterday, like I said, at least X admitted, hey, we're limiting your reach. Now, how do we battle this? I mean, one way is for all of you all, or as many of you as you want, follow me over on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. They want to limit my reach. Well, if you follow me and you actually come to my page and look at my post and interact with them, then hey, what can they do about that? They can't stop that, right? And I'm already behind the scenes working to get this label removed. And what is the label anyway? Who knows? They don't tell you. Why do I have a label on my channel or on my page? What have I done that's so wrong? Nothing. No explanation. All I'm doing is the same thing everyone else is doing on X. But I'm a problem. And this is something I identified early on because I've always had the ability, I don't know what it is, but when I start these social media accounts, regardless of what social media it is, they're usually successful at first until they rip the floor from underneath me and to make sure that I'm not able to reach the people that I want to reach. And, it's one thing when it's happening on one platform. It's a totally different story when you're seeing this on every platform you're on. And X is one of the most lenient platforms out there. It's not even as strict as YouTube. But this is what I'm dealing with behind the scenes every day. And it's extremely frustrating. It takes out some of the joy when making videos. It takes out, some of the enthusiasm because I'm really enthusiastic and happy to talk about this topic. But I know damn good and well that I'm going to be punished for talking about it. That's how I feel every single day. I can't even be happy to upload this video because I know, YouTube's going to all over me for talking about this. Or I'm going to get shadow banned for this. They'll limit my reach on this video. They'll demonetize this video. That's just the type of stuff that I'm dealing with behind the scenes. And it's been really bad lately, which is why you've seen, less videos over the past couple of weeks. Don't get me wrong. We're going to start getting back and cranking them back out. But it's just a lot. It's just a lot. And it's hard to deal with because it's like you're up against an invisible enemy. You don't know what you're doing wrong. You don't know what you're doing right. All you know is they're not allowing your voice to be heard, and they're doing whatever they can to shut you down. But at the end of the day, I'm not surprised at all. I wish I could say that I was. But I knew that this was going to get worse going into this year. And I'm going to tell you right now, folks, it will be a miracle if this channel makes it through the next presidential election. And I'm not even someone that really dives deep into politics. But you're going to start seeing a lot of channels targeted heading into the election. And it will be a miracle if they don't find some way to get rid of me before then. And the only way for us to keep in touch with each other so you know what's going on, if they do kick me off YouTube, is for you to be following me on these other social media platforms. But we can't even necessarily trust them. But, that's just what I'm going through right now. I just wanted to give you all a heads up of what's going on. The people who follow me on X may or may not have already seen me talk about this because they're not showing my posts to many people. But yeah, it is what it is, folks. Just know that the battle is being fought every single day. And I'm sure I'm not the only person this is happening to. But I'm not going to take it lying down. I'm not just going to bend over and roll over in defeat. We're going to keep rolling. We're going to keep doing what we do. And I'm glad that I have your support while doing so because I need it. Because if it was me competing with other people and other YouTubers and stuff like that, I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? But it's not a competition. It's you versus this unknown enemy that wants to squash your reach, that wants to squash your voice, that doesn't want, common sense prevailing. And I feel like that's the main reason why I'm being targeted is because I provide common sense to a crazy world. Because when you go on these platforms, the people doing the craziest things, they're allowed to thrive. Oh, you want to go run around and harass people? Yeah, we'll promote that. Oh, you want to break into people's houses like that guy, Mizzy or whatever? Yeah, we'll promote that on TikTok. Oh, you want to, promote gender hormones and all of this stuff to kids? Yeah, we'll promote that. They'll promote all of this crazy nonsense, but they shut down people who are preaching common sense. And even when it's a news story that you think doesn't matter, I don't think they want common sense perspectives out here anymore. They want idiots and they want people who are losing their minds. So it is what it is. But like I said, the battle is going on regardless if you guys know it or not. Every single day, it's not just me recording and editing videos. It's me battling behind the scenes, trying to make sure that you all get to watch these videos. Sometimes you see the title of my videos and the titles seem a little weird. That's because YouTube is not even letting me title the videos the way I want to anymore. It's just getting really bad. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. Like I said, I really do appreciate all of the support that I've gotten on this platform, and I appreciate any support that I get moving forward. We're going to keep rolling. But make sure you ring that notification bell so you can be notified of my uploads whenever YouTube feels like notifying you. Make sure, even if you have them, even if you rung the notification bell before, you got to ring it again, because sometimes they'll unsubscribe you or they'll turn your notifications off. So make sure you got all of that together, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.